that's really helpful is to have that in mind. It's not always that's going to be a back pocket trick. I say that with quotes. It's going to be a back pocket like go to as a tool throughout this process, because when you're when you're embarking on this road, it's the path chooses you, you know, and it doesn't. You could stall it for however long. Great, I did that for a really long time. I had a fun few years in my life where it's like, I am no, I'm not called to be denying all of that. It's like you go the complete other spectrum, and ironically enough, turns out that my healer in Bali, for instance, also has that. And I'll share this with you because I think it's fitting and might put things into perspective. I remember my students, because his wife teaches a cooking class, so I book a cooking class for them to do together, bonding experience, and then I usually see my healer. One of my students ended up coming back and shared the story from his wife's perspective of how he became a healer. And when you are a spiritual leader or teacher, shaman, you have these inclinations that come from a lineage, right? It's things that we're born into, things that are passed down. Ironically enough, my healer, Made is his name. His father was a very prominent healer in Bali, and it was passed down from generation to generation. You're also born with certain gifts when you're in this type of lineage. And in his 20s and in his 30s, he became an alcoholic and gambling, and it's like, you know, all the things that go with that. It's like, but you're the minister's son. No, but you are this Balinese healer's son. What do you mean you're going down this route? And even when he got married and stuff, because in Bali there's a tradition to marry at a certain age, a little bit of an arranged marriage. It's custom, it's culture and stuff. And she was relating how he did the same thing. He was like, no, no, no. And long and the short of it is that you go down this route denying your true nature so much because it's overwhelming, right? Especially when you're like, all right, let me peel off a little bit more. I'll stick with this practice. All right, this is feeling kind of good. Open up a little pathway. Something shifted. All right, I'm getting the hang of this awareness game. Watching myself. Really proud of that. I didn't react. I wanted to react. Still kind of reacting in my mind, but I'm catching myself. I'm not saying it to your face. Okay, this is good. So we have all of these layerings, right? We feel proud of ourselves because we're like watching it unfold. That's where you start to recognize where it's like, you're like, nope, gonna have my wine. And I'm just like, this is gonna be a weekend, this is gonna be a few weeks, this is gonna be whatever it is. No, I'm not called to this. You deny it a little bit. And then what ends up happening is that because you're in this path, there is no going back. Like you can't down level back to 3D. You can't take, there is no escalator down. It's just a series of like spiraling and cleaning up your shit on this plane, on this level, on this floor, you know, which inevitably, because it's a cycle, will evolve you up. And what's really tricky about it is that, like, while you're also here, part of the chrysalis is you're feeling 100,000 emotions all at the same time, right? This is the stuff that no one prepares you for or talks about. There's a lot of information out there, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, about the feel goods. And it's like, this is the message for you. If this is on your page, if you're seeing this right now, people are using these mechanisms to hook. It's a clickbait. But no one's telling you while you're in the like, great, I have you hooked and baited, that what you're in for is a tumultuous time. It's exactly where it's going to feel because you're exercising that boundary, but you're taking willpower and action with it and confidently stepping forward. So it's the Manipura chakra, and ironically enough, we're going to do some bhastrika, which is a fire breath to invoke fire. Tapas and heat is used. We learned this in elementary school when we were little from earth science, right? Without fire, that's why Mother Nature is so lush and giving with food and trees and the oceans, right? It's because that combustion, that fire, is transforming everything from the inside out. So your fire, Manipura chakra, is transforming, and then you're going to feel in the heart chakra, right? Because yes, empathy, love, compassion, this is where I'm going to give you some extra guidance outside of just vinyasa and moving through. This is going to be a lesson on repeat. Now that you've unlocked that it's okay, oh, one of the 4D levels up is cleaning up your boundaries. For me, it was similar to you exercising them. Like, oh my God, this is what a boundary is. And then like putting it into practice, right? So now it becomes a like every lesson that comes to you until you start to like become comfortable in it. Every lesson is going to be about boundaries. So you're going to start to feel as you're already like doing, this is a sign of being uncomfortable, right? Yeah. Right? Armpit. Yeah. Yeah. So it's heat, right? It's showing you that heat in action. That fire is like, right? It's making the skin boil. It's activating your lymph nodes, which is clearing out toxins, not just in the skin, not just in the glands, but also energetically from the body. So when we start to talk in terms of energy and Tantra, this is also where Tantra is incredible as a yoga science, because you can be in both worlds. When you master yourself, then you start to master Tantra. That means that you can still be up here in the cosmos in meditation, and you might catch a giggle, but you're not pulled out from it. You're able to straddle both realms with ease. In order to get there, universe is going to go, great, boundaries in every single area, from a stranger to your partner, to your parents, to your siblings, to friends, to coworkers, pets, things on the internet, things that trigger you, like you name it, it will start to give you every single aspect. This is what's not taught, right? And then we just feel like for X number of years or however long it takes us to unfold, 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, 10 months. Tantra is now taking that awareness and fine-tuning it to a place of like, there's another lesson. Oh, I'm sweaty. The more you become aware of this, the more you start to shed that layer of human, of like being attached or being affected or feeling like having the emotions drive you to that place of like, right? Let's start to increase the fire, and then we're going to use the fire today on the mat to burn through what we call samskaras. And basically, when you start to walk the spiritual path, there are many different places that you can go with it, right? Some people in their samskaras take a devout route of, and I'm sure you've seen it, like especially in Eastern cultures in the world, they will take their karmic actions to a place of like strong self-discipline, right? So like tapasya, like I'm a monk, I'm not going to put my hand down for 8 years. I am going to go without speaking, taking a vow of silence for 20 years, right? They go through these extreme rituals until they burn through this karma. That's one route. Another route in Tantra, we teach you to love yourself. There are reasons behind, for instance, fasting and Nauli and Dao and all of those purification rituals. That's a whole other realm. I want you to know that there are extremes, to be aware of it. And one is no better than the other. But right now, in this moment, what we're learning is Tantra. How do I love myself in these situations? And how do I not get pulled into the emotion of fire, of anger, of like being pissed off, of like, hey, this is not fair, right? Because it's going to pull you like a riptide. We're going to come to a comfortable seat. Before we take bhastrika, let's take padadhirasana to balance the energetic pathways in the body. So right hand under left armpit, left hand under right, crisscrossing at the wrist. And keep the eyes closed for a few moments. Bringing your awareness to the fingers underneath your arms. Drawing your awareness now to the movement of the ribs underneath your finger. Just being aware by watching the breath from the inside and out. The very wave of the ocean. You might start to notice that one side has a little bit more room, a little more spaciousness. Breathing out of one nostril for 88 minutes every day, where it automatically switches, shows us just how intelligent the entire matrix of the body is. Notice that one side has more breathing room. You take the hand that's on top, plug it underneath, same armpit, just placing it up top. Just letting yourself fall back into the rise and fall of the breath. Not attaching, judging. Just noticing from the inside, the very breath can be balanced. And taking your time, once you feel that both breath, lungs filled, put the backs of your hands to the tops of the knees, index finger and thumb to touch. We're going to take a round of bhastrika, bellows breath. As we breathe in, the belly pushes out. As you breathe out, the belly pushes in. It's a forceful exhalation and inhalation. We'll take a round of 27. We'll start by bringing the thumbs up, the forefingers into the pads of the palms. Stretch the arms wide into a V, stretching the intercostal muscles and armpits. Just take a round of breath, inhaling and exhaling normally through your nose, normal for your breath. Then breathe in a third of the way and start to pump the belly. Pump, 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 pump. Paying particular attention to both the exhalation and the inhalation, equal pumps. Start to slow the breath down. Breathe in a part of the way. Place the thumbs overhead. Draw the chin to the chest, gentle chin lock, Jalandhara bandha. Feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor, Mula bandha. Draw the abdomen in and up, Uddiyana bandha. Triple lock here, treta bandha. Retaining the energy, concentrating the energy into the spine. When you cannot hold the breath anymore, float the backs of your hands to the tops of your knees, index finger and thumb to touch. So pausing for a moment. Ancient yogis believe that silence is the language of God. Ironically, this morning I read a quote and a chant, the invocation of the god of silence, 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝗁𝘁𝘀, vortex of energy, an angel in certain denominations associated with the gift of silence. And silence is when we can hear the whispers of the universe. letting yourself draw into that internal space. Notice and listen to the inside if you need another round of bhastrika. If you'd like to just take a few moments feeling this energy inside of you. Like to take a second round, take the arms into a wide V, thumbs point up, while 4 fingers point into the pads of the palms. Breathing in a third of the way, start to pump the belly 27 times. Paying particular attention to the length of the inhalation and the length of the exhalation, both matching rhythm of breath. Take a gentle inhalation in. Place the thumbs over the top of the crown. Rub the chin to the chest, 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘀, bandha, chin lock. Lifting the pelvic floor, mula bandha. Subtle lift of the rib cage, uddiyana bandha. Feeling this, triple lock of energy. You cannot retain the breath anymore. Exhale the arms down, index finger and thumb to touch to the tops of the knees, floating the head back up. Fire is used for transformation. We also use it to burn up any seeds of karma, anything that no longer serves its purpose. We use this agni, fire, to cleanse and purify ourselves. Drawing the shoulders in and up by the ears, keeping the energy concentrated in the spine of the body. Circle the arms down. Feels comfortable to keep the eyes closed. Go ahead and keep the eyes closed. Just taking a few shoulder shrugs here. Feel the inhale drawing the shoulders up to the ears. The exhale sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Take 2 more like this. Drawing the energy in and up and down and out. Draw your right ear over to the right side shoulder. Let your left shoulder be heavy. Relaxing the jaw, the neck, the chin. Tilt your chin diagonally down, breathing into the back of the neck. Accessory breathing muscles, scaling muscles. We get fired up. Our lymph nodes, our capillaries, everything becomes tightened, constricted. So direct your prana, that life force energy, to the back of the neck. Relaxing the jaw, tilt the chin diagonally up and open up the front of the throat here. And take in prana through the nose. We direct it through the sub-chakras. Make sure that our lymph nodes, our capillaries, our throat, our glands are open. So we charge and purify our system. Tilt your chin now diagonally down, chin to the chest, and then rock back onto your sits bones. You can hold on to the top of the knees. You're breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. Then tilt your tailbone up. Draw your left ear over to the left side. Let your head be heavy. You can even let this right shoulder be heavy. Let it hang on. Tilt your chin diagonally down. Breathing into the neck. Scaling muscles, head, neck, chest, jaw. Using the fire of that breath, right? Fire can sear us if we take it to a place of being really angry, or it can warm us. We use that breath, that warmth, to open up the passageways, the right side neck. Tilting the chin diagonally up, opening up the front of the throat. Front of our throat, the gateway to communication, to listening. And then tilt the chin up to the ceiling. Might feel the front of the throat here opening up. Draw your chin up towards your top lip. You might even feel some tightness on your neck here. And let the jaw be heavy. Draw the chin to the chest, round back into your sits bones. Rock forward onto your sitting bones. Feel your pelvis heavy, weighted. Feel a lifting up of the abdomen, the side ribs expand. Circle the arms around and up. Inhale, taking soft from crown to base. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body. Feel the body charging and transforming. Hum down the midline of the body. Breathing in, connecting, soft. All unbound, omniscient energy. Hum, charging and transforming down the midline of the body. Palms press. 2 more like this. Feeling yourself call in, merging with that gateway. Beyond the beyond. Pure space, pure intelligence, pure light, radiance, magnetism. It's how the Big Bang came into existence, right? Heat transformed, it combusted from the inside out. You are part of this greater intelligence. The next time you press your palms together, draw them down the midline of your body, stopping at the heart center. Pausing for a moment. So in the US, we are on the eve of what we celebrate as Thanksgiving. Yoga, we celebrate giving thanks every single day. But this attitude of gratitude, especially when we're on this path, it transforms the challenges into tolerable actions. I'll say that again. When we have an attitude of gratitude, it helps to transform the challenges into tolerable actions. Taking a moment and feeling this vibration that we're not just feeling in the US, but this gratitude that we're feeling globally for those of us that are alive to celebrate the holidays. So many beings have passed. Offering that up, you're here, you're alive, you're breathing. You're breathing, you have more going right with you than wrong. And then shifting the perspective to the yogic perspective, seeing your blessings in everything. Your life lessons, your challenges are all blessings for you. Shifting the perspective. Pratibhaksha bhavana. So we bow our heads, giving thanks for the lessons and the blessings that are showering us in this life to charge and transform our karmic actions. We chant the sound Om, take a deep breath to inhale. Draw your chin to your chest, half length, the eyes open, the backs of the hands to the tops of the knees. Keep a soft gaze, preferably not at the screen, something in front of you. And then come up onto hands and knees. Once you're on hands and knees, you can close the eyes again if you'd like. So coming to neutral spine first, we're going to take some wrist circles here, just to centralize the energy. Circling to the left, pressing the palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then circling the opposite way. Again, no right or wrong here. moving to the rhythm of your breath. Not about fast or slow. Then take a moment, come to neutral spine. Pause for a moment here. Let's take 5 cat-cows. Inhale, face looks up. You can keep the eyes closed, broaden across the chest and collarbone. Exhale, hum. Belly pulls in. Feel your joints spacious here. Breathing in, connecting from crown to base. Sound. Pure intelligence. Hum. Belly pulls in, charging and transforming that intelligence to every cell. Keep the joints soft. You can keep a little micro bend in the elbows here. In this practice, we always want to make sure that nothing is being locked. When we lock or freeze our bodies in one area, we are blocking off the energetic flow of prana. So keeping that little softness in the joints leaves space. It leaves room for lessons, for growth, for expansion. Then come to neutral spine. Extend that right heel behind you, firm through the upper thigh, like you're pushing into a wall behind you. So firm through that thigh, extend it long, and then take that right leg straight up and back, all 5 toes point down, pushing into the wall. Scoop your belly in and up, left arm reaches long. We'll use the fire here. Take a deep breath to inhale, feeling that length, left fingertips reaching, right toes pointing down. On your exhale, draw your navel in, elbow to the knee. Hum, distribution of that intelligence. Breathing in, connecting to this line. Ongoing, ad infinitum. Exhale, hum, charging and transforming, feeling it move into every cell of your body. Inhale, lengthening, feeling some move through you. Exhale, hum, charging and transforming. Take one more like this on your own. And the next time you reach that left arm long, right leg behind you, left hand floats down to the earth, cross your right leg over to the left side. All 5 toes face forward. Gaze out over that left side shoulder, direct the right hip forward. Saw on the inhale, hum on the exhale. Tantra yoga, you want to feel that place where it starts to feel delicious, right? When you can breathe fully into one space, then you can move slowly. It happens so slowly on a minute level. We don't have to effort at all. It happens effortlessly. The joints become spacious, the fascia spreads. You experience bliss with the breath. It becomes an intimate experience. No longer stretching or painful. And then take that right knee underneath the right side hip. Pause for a moment here. And really draw that awareness in. How did it feel? Am I over-efforting? And we are taking our fire beyond a point of temperance that we're cultivating fire in the wrong way. Right? We're using it in destruction. And then extend that left heel behind you. Keep it on the ground. Push the mat away. Feel that resistance in the palms, the strength in your arms. Might even feel that left quadricep engaged. Float that left heel straight up and back, all 5 toes point down. Scoop your belly in and up. Notice if you're sinking. And then take that right arm long by the ear. Relax the jaw and feel that subtle line of energy. Lama Nadi, crown to base. Let your exhale draw your navel in. Hum, feel your joints spacious here. Nothing should feel like it's locking. It's okay to keep the bend in the knee, a bend in the elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hum, Charge and transform. Feel more like this on your own. You feel like it's a warm bath. The next time that right arm reaches long, just pause for a moment here. Scoop the belly in and up and find, even in this challenging pose, the place where you can maintain the breath, the place where you can find some joy and some ease, where it's not so over-efforting. And then float that right hand down. Find the Tantra, the joy in each moment. Take that left leg over to the right side, and then slowly start to lift that left hip up, left hip forward, right hip back, gaze out over the right side shoulder. And pause here, breathing into the breath. Where can you find love, yumminess, deliciousness, joy, even in the most difficult of postures? Right? That's what tantric yoga is about. Where can I find ease and sweetness, stiram and sukham? I'm sure you've heard me say those phrases before. That's what we mean by it. Where can I find that, I can breathe here? You know that length and openings are happening on the minute level, quantum. Take that left knee underneath your left side hip. Open up the toes. Big toes touch, knees wide. Let's sit back, child's pose. Pause for a moment. Let your pelvis be heavy here. Let the arms keep walking forward. Take a deep breath to open up the nose. Inhale through the nostrils. Open up the mouth. Let it out. Let's do that again. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, wave through your spine. Come through table pose. Let your pelvis be heavy. Just going to rock forward to cobra. Keep a little bend in the elbows here. Work the shoulder blades in towards one another. And exhale, back belly pulls in child's pose. Just moving through the spine. Let your inhale initiate from the tailbone, waking up the spine, moving through all fours, coming to your variation of teenage cobra, baby cobra. If you feel good, cobra. Feeling the breath, that subtle lift of the pelvic floor. Exhale, belly pulls in child's pose. Seat to the heels. Take a few more like this, 2 more. Feeling the energy concentrate in the spine. Sa. Hum. Distributing that energy. Joints spacious. Breathing in, opening up to receive light, radiance, magnetism. Breathing out, hum, distribution of this energy, joints spacious. The next time you come to table pose, pause for a moment. Walk your hands a little bit in front of your legs, in front of your wrists. Tuck your toes, and then with strong legs, reach your seat up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Line your heels behind the widest part of your feet. Let your head be heavy, jaw relaxed. Feel spaciousness here in the head, the neck, the chest, the arms. Float that right leg straight up and back like you're pushing into a wall. All 5 toes point down. And step that right foot forward. Help it up if you need to. Lower the back knee down. Asana. Blocks to the outside of your hips. Fingertips on the blocks. Just come up to kneeling lunge for a moment. Just pause. Find the sweetness in this posture. Might even start to feel that left quadricep engage. Right? Feel the lift of the pelvic floor. So there's always action happening. Feeling the lift of the pelvic floor, being mindful, right knee in line with that right ankle. Notice if the booty's sticking out, dropping the tailbone down, left arm long by the ear. Reach that left arm up and over to the right side, right hand on the block. Side bend. Sending the breath into the body, down the side body. Relax the jaw, relax your chin. Relax that left side shoulder. Use the kriya here, sa and hum. So directing and concentrating our fire also allows for us to develop tapas, discipline. Our ability to stay with what is without getting flagrant, right? Like a wildfire. Able to control the notch. That's when we're developing a healthy sense of fire. We're not succumbing to the conflagration. One more breath here. And then take that left hand now, place it outside of your right side ankle. Might need to come up a little bit. Left hand to the outside. You can use a block here. So you're going to take a twist. Right arm high to the ceiling. Feel the outside of that left side tricep. Push against the outside of the right thigh. Revolve from the heart. Bring the fingertips together. This posture contains the energy in. Totally okay to keep the arm lengthened, or you can bring the hand to the shoulder, just directing that elbow in. So we're spiraling from the heart. Third option is to bring that right hand to the sacrum, keeping the palm on the back, and then revolve from there. That's another great option to maintain the integrity of the shoulder. A few options. Take one more breath here, noticing where you can find spaciousness. Where can you find the deliciousness in this posture, the Tantra? Take your time, slowly unwind right hand to the right block, take the block off to the side, tuck your back toes underneath you. This time we're just going to take a little lengthen of the front leg here. A little release, so you can keep the chest on top of the thighs. This is half asana, half split pose. Keep the spine long, so that central line of energy is constantly moving through you, sa and hum. Have a say here. You get to show up and be a part of the experience. And this is part of adulting, right? This is part of the fun way to adult in the tantric way, is to love yourself into these challenges. Whereas in the quote-unquote real world, quote-unquote 3D world, it's filled with these external checklists. Well, the real adulting is being able to take agency and ownership of the emotions as they arise and redirect them in healthy ways. So you're constantly chipping away a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more until it dissolves and you've learned the lesson. That's the real adulting. One more breath here. And then take your time as you shift forward, respecting and honoring the process of your body, of what just unlocked here. We're going to take downward facing dog as an option, or you can take child's pose. Just to take a moment here and redistribute that energy in the body. Once you've drawn your awareness into your spine, to that midline, I'll give you the option to round through the spine, coming through plank, and then with diligence, taking discipline, either with or without your knees, you're going to very slowly lower your chest down to the earth. Again, this is all about maintaining the tapas, right? So bending the elbows, lowering slowly, using a full breath here. Chest all the way down, baby cobra. So we're building the heat, we're tempering the fire. We're building the heat, we're tempering the fire. From baby cobra, keeping the spine long, where can you find the deliciousness? Here, it will bring you back into balance. Lift your palms 1 inch off of the earth. Find the deliciousness. Sa and hum 5 times here. You'll know when you've gone too far. You can't maintain the breath, or that fire is going to turn into anger. Okay? You want to find that steadiness. Where can I enjoy it? Where can I feel something happening without going past my edge? And lower the third eye, palms down. Tuck the toes underneath you with or without your knees. Press through table or plank, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath, inhale through the nose, and then vocalize mantra. Ha! Sighing the breath out. All sound is mantra. I'll say that again. All sound is mantra. You can use mantra sound to heal or to hurt. There is a positive and negative, darkness and a light to everything. That's the duality. But yoga transcends duality and brings us back to our place of oneness. Take your left leg straight up and back, all 5 toes point down, like pushing into something behind you. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step that left leg up. Help it up if you need to. Take your time here. Situate your body. It's like getting into a new car. You want to take your time. Hands to the blocks on either side of you. Just pause for a moment here. What does it feel like to engage Mula Bandha? Lift up through the pelvic floor. What does it feel like to have that knee, left knee in line with the ankle? Float that right arm long by the ear. And then draw the spine into a neutral spine. You draw that right side shoulder down. Find spaciousness here. Maybe on one side you have to take the arm a little bit wider. I do on one side versus the other. Where can you now start to lean over to that left side, opening up the right side body, not losing the integrity of the breath. Losing the integrity of the breath compromises the entire process. If we can't breathe through challenges, that's when our emotions start to become reactive. And we're just dealing in a pile of 3D mud. The more attuned and aware we become, the more breath and space we practice. Starts with breathing. The more we can manage this fire that comes up. It isn't always bad. You need heat to transform, to keep warm. One more breath here, sa and hum. And take your time, reach that right arm again, moving slowly as you feel the ligaments expanding. Right hand moves to the outside of that left side baby toe, either on a block or hand down to the ground. Rotate from the heart center. You can pause here for a moment, feeling that elongation. Head and neck easeful. And take your time, either taking that left hand to the pec, or taking it up in a straight line if that's calling you. You can also bring that left hand to the sacrum and revolve around the axis of your spine here. And then draw your awareness to the throat. And we did that opening sequence to open up the front of the throat, open up the scalene muscles, bringing that breath, that vibration, prana, how we communicate. Feel that expansion happening inside of you. And take that arm back up. If it's up, move slowly here. Bring that left hand to the outside of that left side foot. Take your time as your spine unwinds. Feel your spine from the inside. And then tuck your toes underneath you. Step back, down dog. Or child's pose. What's moving inside of you? Inhale, wave through your spine. Come to plank. Maintain the tapas with or without your knees. Lower the chest all the way down. 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘀, baby cobra. Stoke the fire. Inhale, lift the heart. Head and neck easeful here. Lift the palms. 5 rounds of breath. And then lower the third eye down to the earth. Press the palms underneath you. Tuck your toes. With or without your knees. Press back through table. Downward facing dog. One breath at a time, one movement at a time. We'll take 5 rounds of Surya Namaskar to stoke that fire. All right, so I'll cue it. You can move in rhythm with how I'm cueing, or skip it, or move according to your tempo. Inhale, look up at the space between your hands. Step or walk forward. Hands to the shin bones, lengthening the spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Feel the breath move from crown to base. Let your exhale fold you forward over your thighs. Uttanasana. Standing forward, fold. Sweep the arms around and up. Sa moves from crown to base. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms press. Exhale, hands down the midline of the body. Again, as if you're moving through water, let the breath initiate the movement. Circle the arms around and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold through prayer. Uttanasana, belly to the thighs, head and neck easeful. Let your inhale lengthen your spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to bend your knees. Press your palms. Step or float back with bent elbows. Either taking Chaturanga Dandasana, baby cobra, cobra, up dog. You can skip it. We all meet in downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend your knees, look up at the space between your hands. Step or hop forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Grow the spine long. Exhale, fold forward. Hum, distribution of that intelligence. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Gathering intel. Pure light, radiance. Exhale, feel it pour into you, charging and transforming. Hum. Breath beginning, movement following. Again, inhale the arms around and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, pour it into you. Standing forward, fold. Uttanasana. So if you're moving through water, inhale, lengthening the spine. Let it become a moving meditation. Prepare pose. Stepping or floating back with bent elbows. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Or skip it. Meeting in downward facing dog. Letting the breath be intimate with you. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Look up at the space between your hands, stepping or walking forward. Third round, Surya. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pours you forward over the thighs. Uttanasana. Inhale to circle the arms around and up. Breath beginning. Exhale, movement following. Feeling this entire cosmos inside of you. Breathe it in. Gathering all of this intelligence, all of this magnetism. The space between stars. Exhale, standing forward, fold. Hum, distribution. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, prepare. Stepping or floating through a vinyasa of your own. Letting the breath guide you. letting yourself get out of the way to be guided. Sa on the inhale, hum on the exhale. Inhale, stepping or hopping forward, lengthening the spine. Fourth round, Surya Namaskar. Exhale, fold you forward. Inhale, the arms are rounding up. Exhale, hands down the midline of the body. Hum. Breathing in as if you could gather it all. Feeling that radiance transforming you from the inside out, directing your fire with your breath. Energy goes where attention flows. Wherever you put your attention is where your energy will follow. Taking your time, eventually making your way to Tadasana. Just pause for a moment in Tadasana. And bring your hands to your heart. Open up the three middle fingers. Padma Mudra, Lotus Mudra, Mudra of the heart. Like a lotus blooms in the mud. All things are possible. Finding that light, that transformation, having gratitude for the lessons and the blessings that push you through and rise you up. Take that lotus up overhead for Bhastasana. Let the exhale fold you forward through prayer. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Let it go. Inhale to lengthen your spine or to Uttanasana. Your choice of the transition, either taking a vinyasa or skipping it. Making your way through downward facing. From downward facing dog, taking your time. You're going to hop through to have a seat. So look up at the space between your hands. Have some fun with it. Let that fire, that Agni, have you try something different. Good. Then we're going to take a little twist today. So crossing at the ankles. This is just going to flush out anything else that might be there. Right? So taking a little twist, I just bring it across. We'll take easy seat here. So left ankle in front of the right. I want you to take the arms up into a wide V. Take a little twist over to your right side. Now listen carefully to this, right? Bring that left hand to the corner of your right knee. Slide that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Pause there. You're already going to feel something on your sit bone. Take that left palm up. Keep the right palm pressing down. Symbol of receiving and giving. Keep the energy in. Now use the outside of this left side tricep to revolve from the heart. Keep the neck long. 5 rounds of Saham Kriya here. Notice what's happening, the spaciousness that you are creating. How does it feel to have this spaciousness without force? Space without force. It's easeful. Breathe, accept where we are without trying to get to the next level. It's a layer of protection. It's like picking a scab. The most human, painful, gross way possible. Gross meaning gross body, but also gross as in who likes to pick scabs, right? Picking a scab is painful. It's like just leave it be. Notice the irritations that come up. If you have a scab, it's itchy. You have to like put lotion on it. It's uncomfortable to look at. There are discomforts all the way around. But eventually, a new layer emerges and it falls off. Scab won't grow back in the same scab unless you keep picking at it. And so we allow ourselves to watch what's happening without being pulled into the discomfort. Discomfort is where you can find Tantra. Now, when we talk about discomfort in the 3D sense, we avoid it because it's painful. In Tantra, when you can apply love, breath, spaciousness around and in the discomfort, then it's not so discomforting. It becomes okay, I'm just going to chill and accept that there's a lesson in this lesson. Every moment becomes fueled with love. Every moment becomes attitude of gratitude. More breath here. And take your time very slowly. Come back to center. Just pause for a moment. Feel the large muscle of that latimus dorsi unwinding. And just notice as you close your eyes how much more spacious you feel on this side. It might even still feel like your body is rotating on one side and elongating. That's how incredible our physical structures are. And then we're going to switch the crossing of the feet. So the right ankle is going to come forward now. Take the arms straight up. And then take a little twist, biceps long by the ears, a little twist over to that left knee. Right hand's going to go, elbow in line with the knee. Backstroke that left hand right by your booty. Now take a moment, walk the fingertips forward. You want to find that elongation. Notice if you're rounding forward. Keep walking your fingertips and just pause for a moment. And we don't rush. There are minute steps already highlighting, extending, that we don't see. Physical body, the fascia, is a representation of that. So as you breathe into each moment, rather than thinking, let me hook my elbow outside my knee, right? 3D thinking is a way of destination. 5D thinking, expansion, is there's expansion happening on the most minute level. Let me breathe into this. Let me find spaciousness here. Let me breathe into this millimeter, this thousandth of a millimeter. And then effortlessly, maybe that right elbow eventually hooks, but it's not a destination. Because if we have to pop out of it, then we don't build any discipline, any tapas, any heat. Find that place where you can take 5 rounds of this saham kriya, feeling spaciousness. Just noticing what your body needs. Taking time. If you're not finished the kriya, take your time. There's no rush. Feel it mapping into your physical body here. Where you slowly start to unwind. Just feeling what that feels like. Just sit. Head, the neck, the chest, sits bones. Really working. Set up for Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, blocks on the outside of your knees. If you want to take this into goddess pose, you absolutely can. So if you want to take your pillow and your blanket and have those extra props available, you can absolutely take this into a full goddess pose if you'd like. Blanket around the ankles, rolling it up and tucking it underneath your thigh bones or supporting the knees with the extra blocks. And just give yourself what you need right now. To take that edge off. Hips and lower back are where we store a lot of our past and a lot of our emotional baggage. And that can very much hold us down. It can be weighted and anchored. So we give ourselves the props that we need to let these subtle forces, these subtle energies come to surface so that we can lovingly deal. Once you have your setup, you might pick your head up and readjust it. You might resettle the shoulders and the shoulder blades. You might pick up the pelvis and lower back. Making any adjustments that you need. Letting yourself rest now in the residue. Nothing more to do. Just simply being. Very forces. Letting yourself now go beyond just this physical body. There are more stars in the universe than there are cells in our body. Thinking about all the cells that make up a tooth, bones, marrow, cells that make up blood, cells that make up our eyeball, our hair. One single strand of hair is comprised of how many cells? You think of the universe, you think of stars, and there are more stars than there are cells in the body. So breathing in, visualize stars inside of you. And in between each cell, each star is space. Vast, unbound, infinite, immeasurable, ever-expanding space. Every organ, every bone, every mass, synonymous with a galaxy. There are billions of galaxies. Fascia, representing all of these universes. There are millions of universes. And seeing yourself from the inside, not as bound matter, blood and flesh and skin, but seeing yourself from the inside as a vast representation this infinite cosmos. That is what we call Brahman, the unbound, pure source. We all have a little drop of that in our jiva, atman, heart. Feel yourself now in your heart center, urging your direct connection to this cosmos. Vast, all-knowing, unlimited, unbound, not controlled by emotions or limited, but a pure magnet, an alchemist, an agent of transformation. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om. Breathing into the space of the heart. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and slide your tongue behind the upper teeth. Rub your thumbs over your fingertips. Draw your knees towards one another and stretch your arms and legs in opposite directions, taking one side longer than the other. Stretch the other side long. Gather your knees into your chest, roll over to the right side. And then in your own time, make your way to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Head arrives last. Just take a moment as you settle into a seat. Press the palms to the heart. And just feel this merging, our ability to feel and to express and to experience life on the sensory world, this plane. It's a gift. It's temporary. This too shall pass. The good, the bad, the challenges, all of it. Now we have this ability to transcend and go beyond our limited perceptions, go beyond our thoughts, go beyond adulting, and go beyond what seems as if it's an obstacle. Right? We can always access that we are part of this huge, vast cosmos. So bowing down and surrendering our limited thinking and connecting into the heart, Hari Om, bringing our consciousness, Om Tat Sat, into everyday living. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste and happy Thanksgiving. Let's make a fist with the right hand, cover it with the left, press it below the belly, lean forward, feel a little lift of the pelvic floor, and then come straight back